hello, good morning. It's yet another beautiful day. It's Wake Up Nigeria from the Srtv desk here in London. And as usual today, we'll be privileged to join with Lagos for the first time in the history of this broadcast. So Lagos is already standby. And so it's Edo. Abuja, for some reason, they are on a leave. When they come back, they will join us. Yes, what do we do in Wake Up Nigeria? This is where we take a look at some of the things, the news topping the Nigerian dailies, and we actually look at very important issue affecting us as a people. Yesterday on this program, actually on Saturday, we take a look at who is a leader. And in fact, I did a little bit more research, and I'm going to say two things. A leader is different from somebody in power. You know, when you're in a position of power, that means you're a leader in Nigeria. No, you're not a leader. And even from day one, from the whole world go, leaders have never been in people in power. They could be, sometimes they begin to take up power, but they are not necessarily people in power. Anyway, some of them are called dictators because when they protest against the system, they become dictators. And I say, who is a freedom fighter and who is a terrorist? Somebody's point of view. I do remember that Nelson Mandela was a terrorist. Down to the time that he was president, he was still in the American book as a terrorist. So that is it. Was he a terrorist? Was he not? That is what history will judge. Today, we're not going to look at that. I'm sure Fidel Castro is a terrorist in so many ways, but history may judge him differently. I'm not the one to. But today, I want to look at the ones that are clear leaders. Example is Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ came to this world and he fought a system. What was the system? People didn't understand. It was the system, the way they were worshiping God. The Pharisees and the Sadducees. They read the book, they know everything. So these are the authority of the law. So we have authority of law today. That was why it was the authority of the religion, because everybody then lived by the religion. And Jesus Christ was saying, no, this is not how it is. This is how it's supposed to be. That was why they said they should leave the thief and actually kill him. Jesus Christ to them was a terrorist. Today, he's our Lord and our Savior, Jesus Christ. Now, let me remind you of another terrorist. I'm sure America will bear me witness in this one. Okay, no, let me not come yesterday. Let's take a look at Moses in the Bible. I'm still using the Bible. Moses must be a terrorist in the eyes of the Egyptian. To tell us to let our people go. Go where? He was a terrorist. Was he a terrorist? Was he a freedom fighter? History will judge us. We do know today that 90% of the world agree with me that Moses was a freedom fighter. He liberated the children of Israel from Egypt. Now I want to bring the story back home quickly. We have a hero of our time. The man that liberated the black race of the 21st century, of the 20th, 21st century. His name is Marcus Garvey. He was later deported from the United States of America, sent to Jamaica. He died in the United Kingdom, where I live. I visited his grave. Was he a freedom fighter? Was he a terrorist? It's up to Americans to decide. But in fact, I was watching his story again and again and again. I've watched Marcus again and again, and I found out, God, that guy, he has bravery, you know. But what they have done, let me tell you something peculiar with these people. Moses never got to the promised land. Read the Bible. God only showed him the land, but you will not step your foot on it. The same thing with Marcus Garvey. Marcus Garvey talks about liberating Africa. He never stepped his foot on Africa. So it does not mean that those who lead must actually be the one that benefits. So that brings me to the question. I have a message for Peter Obi today. Peter Obi, when you were contesting this election, for the first time I'm going to attack you. When you were running for this campaign, everybody were praising Peter. You were portrayed as Moses of our time. Are you the Moses of our time? If you are, Peter, define what you mean by leadership. Must you become a president to do what you can to save Nigerians? You are a man with a lot of knowledge. Peter, today, if you say, hey, I'm going to do something, a project. Let us know, Peter, for one project before the next election. That in this project, you're going to make sure, or you want to liberate, or you want to make entrepreneurs. You are a very intelligent man. Supposing you say you want to create entrepreneurs in Nigeria, and this scheme will be run by you, supervised by Peter Obi, from Peter Obi's desk, that people can contribute some money and you will help them to become this with their money. Peter, the money don't have to come from you. You better come up with it. Because Moses never got to the promised land. He did his job. Marcus Garvey never stepped his foot on Africa. You must not be president to do what you said you're going to do. That is a message for Peter this morning. Anyway, we're going to take a look at what it is. I know a lot is happening, but before I talk too much, let me just introduce you to this young man from Lagos. This is for the first time we've seen this face. Hello, David. How are you?
I'm fine. Good morning, Mr. Chris.
Good, good, good. How is Lagos? For the first time, we have opportunity to see Lagos on this broadcast.
Thank you very much for this opportunity. My name is David Otun, broadcasting live from Lagos, Srtv Lagos. Yeah, to be precise. And Lagos, yes, is beautiful, amazing. Yeah, though the floor price here in Lagos is really, really, really on the high side. People are lamenting, people are complaining. Even our motorists, they are not finding it funny at all. The queues are still long. Yeah, right here in Lagos State. So I just hope the government will look into this issue fast. Although the president had come out to give a statement that it's going to last for 2 weeks, that the fuel price crisis is going to be for 2 weeks, and in fact, it's almost 2 weeks now. It's almost 2 weeks now, and it is not really, really funny. People are trekking. Most people cannot even afford the fare. It's over 50% increase in the fare of transportation. Places where motorists take from 100 naira before is now 200 naira. Even some places is 600 naira. It's that high. And some filling stations, the marketers are not even helping matters. Some are selling at a very, very high price. Some go as high as 800 naira, 850 naira per liter. I just hope the president, the government will come out and look into this and talk to the marketers. Let them look into it. What is actually the problem? Some have even decided not to even sell at all. Probably they are holding the fuel, I don't even know. But some are not even selling. The only place where you can actually get this fuel at a cheap price is NNPC. And how many NNPC stations do we have in Lagos State? I doubt it is up to 100. So even in NNPC, you get it for 700 naira or 750, while others are going for as high as 850, 900. So that is the situation here in Lagos for now. And also, there was a crisis somewhere in the Ilekpo market in Alimosho local government area where there was a clash between two communities where a lot of people were killed. But as I speak to you now, normalcy has returned back in the Ilekpo market in Alimosho local government area in Lagos State. Things are now going back to normal, but people are now counting their losses. The marketers came out to say they lost over 500 million naira to that crisis. Shops were burnt down. People were killed, as a matter of fact. But police and law enforcement agencies have taken over and they've brought normalcy to that environment now in the Ilekpo market. So, and also the federal government is actually looking out to ban naira to be traded with cryptocurrencies now. With the way things are, you might not be able to use naira to trade on your cryptocurrency anymore. But government are still looking into it. You can recall that during the time of the former president Muhammadu Buhari, they said the terrorists use cryptocurrency to finance terrorism in Nigeria. That was one of the reasons why they arrested Nnamdi Kanu, that he was using cryptocurrency, Binance, to finance terrorism here in Nigeria. So they're also looking at it now again. The present president of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is also looking at this cryptocurrency and how they use it to finance terrorism, and internet fraudsters are also taking advantage. They now use money stolen from outside country to buy cryptocurrency. So these are some of the situations here in Nigeria, here in Lagos State, as I speak to you. But hopefully very soon, things will get back to normal. Hopefully very soon, the price of fuel will come down, because the president said he's going to bring it down to as low as 400 naira. Hopefully we begin to enjoy the benefits of democracy and the benefits of voting President Bola Ahmed Tinubu into power very soon.
Well, that's a good one. Thank you very much for that beautiful insight into what Lagos have to offer. this morning. But it's quite interesting, David, that you did mention that fuel is now selling at different rates in at different filling stations in Lagos.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's right. That's right. In fact, we don't. You can't even predict the price anymore. You can drive into a particular station; they'll tell you it's 800 naira in the morning. By afternoon, it is 850. You can go to another station; they'll tell you it's 800 naira in the afternoon. By evening, it is 850. So you cannot even predict the prices anymore.
Yeah,
So
but
that is a problem.
another thing you did throw light on this morning, which I think is very important, is because I've been confused. I've been asking myself, why the government hard on cryptocurrency? Cryptocurrency is here to stay. It's not a, is it a real problem to society? So you're saying now that the government is afraid or government is concerned because people are using it, terrorists are using it, because sometimes I wonder how are the kidnappers actually collecting our money that we cannot trace the money we give to kidnappers in Nigeria. You know, some of them they say you pay through to a particular account because at the suddenly a situation, if you drop money, police can if I'm going to drop money anywhere, it's always I'm going to drop the money there and leave. And I know police can use surveillance to
Yeah.
track wherever I drop the money. So yeah, these guys are getting away with the money. So if there's no way of transferring the money to them, then meaning I have to physically drop the money, and they are aware of the risk because if the police are doing their job, if somebody say I should bring 20 million, I'll say okay. When I drop the 20 million, you release my person for me. When we are out, the police will be following you wherever you go. They can use surveillance.
Yes.
This is a modern technology.
Drones. Yeah.
But with the cryptocurrency, like you rightly said, they can get away with it. Are you saying that people can pay from naira to cryptocurrency? Is that possible?
Yes, but the question I want to even ask the government is now, people, like you rightly said, Mr. Chris, that people even pay cash to terrorists. Have they banned Naira because of that? Of course not. Now, Binance, now, what those people do is, instead of going about with raw cash, they now use the money to buy cryptocurrencies. And that cannot be traced,
Okay.
unlike the normal value, the normal cash that can be traced. But
Yes.
cryptocurrency cannot be traced to anybody. That is the problem here. But that is not enough reason to ban cryptocurrency because this is what people, this is some people's business. I
This
know
is
of people that
tomorrow.
this is
In
what they
fact, the
do for a
world is
living.
moving towards cryptocurrency. I think in time to come, it's going to take over the financial
Exactly.
world. The bank.
Exactly.
How can we be blind to it now? If it's creating wealth, young people going to take advantage of this because it's a. I think it's a way of cutting off this big bureaucracy which the bank has been is here to offer. Nigerian banks have been very oppressive. They
Yeah.
don't give loan. They don't. In fact, I don't know why I'll keep my money in the Nigerian bank, but I do anyway because I have the only way I can keep my money is it's a
Yeah.
must. If I have other ways, I will never keep my money in the Nigerian bank because the banks are not useful. You give your money to a Nigerian bank, they will not give you loan. They will not even, in
No.
fact, they will give you loan. They ask for half percent, 50% of
Hmm.
the loan. What can the businessman do with that? It's
In
better
fact,
you
when you
keep your
save
money with
your
your local.
yes, when you even
Go on.
save your money in the bank, it's not appreciating. As a matter of fact,
No,
they
it
keep
cannot.
deducting from your money.
Yes. And and, and,
It's not
and that is
appreciating.
what like Nigerian banks are always taking. And that's why you
They're
see
always
the
taking.
bankers are their stomach are getting fatter. They always look like you. They are young people like you. So they are going to school, learn to learn, try, and they are doing well. Anyway, we will see. We'll see where that one is living up. But today, young man, I'm happy I have a young man here today. So I've been looking at who is a leader. And I want us to focus on Lagos. In the coming days, we'll be looking at the leadership of Sawolu. How is Sawolu running Lagos State? Someone who came on an international platform, I watched him here on Sky, and he confessed that this is what he said that the economy, the GDP of Lagos State is higher than that of Kenya. So one state in Nigeria, it's richer, is when you value them, they're bigger than Kenya. But do we have that? And does it affect the life of the people? What do you people interpret of this man leadership? How much is he paying the workers? Is the state productive? I mean, I always praise Lagos. I say Lagos is this, Lagos is that. Are they productive?
Well, to my own understanding, whatever Lagos have achieved, they can do better. Whatever someone who think he has achieved, to me, he can do better than what we have presently in Lagos State. Now, going about demolishing building and building another Lagos, which is the Eco Atlantic, they're actually spending billions of naira on that Eco Atlantic alone. This money can actually be used to improve the life of the people of Lagos State. If you go out there in Lagos State, there's people are complaining, people are lamenting. Not to even talk of the popular people, the agberos in quotes, right there, those who are always standing by the roadside to harass and oppress motorists.
Mhm.
What is he doing about it? Nobody's even talking about them. I'm
And the
sorry to
last
use
time
the
I
word.
the last time I checked, I found that Baba President, his mother was the mother of the whole market in Lagos. I don't know whether the wife is the mother of all the
The
women have money.
daughter, even the daughter of the president then want to become the Yaloja. They call it, that's the
Yes.
like Yaloja of all the
What is the meaning
market
of
women.
Iyaloja anyway? I know you're Yoruba. What is the meaning of
Yeah.
Iyaloja?
She's the mother of all market women.
Okay, very good.
She's
So
the all market
apparently,
women.
Tinubu's daughter, a young girl, is
A
now the mother
young
of all the
girl.
market women.
Exactly.
So
That's what people are talking
it's
about.
a
She's too
political position.
young.
Yes, it's a political position, I guess. All right.
Exactly. So,
So
I mean, what?
now that we're in Lagos, we'll be able to look at if there's oppression in Lagos or not. It's a very good time that we're going to have some time to look at. But let's give credit to Lagos. There is train now because for the first time I learned that you can take train from one part of Lagos to the other. How is the
Yes.
transportation generally in Lagos
Yes.
State? Because
And
before,
the
listen, I
blue
don't want to
rail.
stop over in Lagos because of the traffic. Is it better?
It's called the blue rail. The blue rail.
Okay, the Blue Rail.
The blue
All
rail.
right.
Yes.
So
Which
how
is
is
very,
it?
very effective.
It is?
Yes, it is very effective, President, but not everywhere. It has not gone round, but some important locations like Agege, Okota, and towards the island, yes, you can take it real, and it is very, very effective and very comfortable. The seats they are very comfortable. You will even enjoy the ride.
But is the
And
government
that
making money?
consistency is the word now. I hope
Yeah,
you can be
that's what, is
consistent.
it sustainable? Is the government making money? Because it's one thing to start something, and if the government does not make money from it, then they will not be able to maintain it. Is it
Yes.
expensive? Is it something you can afford? Is it reasonable? Is the government making enough money? Because is it something? Is it a political gimmick so that tomorrow when this one are gone, the next government will not be able to maintain it? Is that what we're going to see?
Hopefully, it is something the government can sustain. Yes, they are making money. Telling me they are not making money, I will definitely counter that. They are actually making money from this blue rail because a lot of people are actually patronizing the blue rail now. But my only fear is this consistency. I don't want a situation that after few years, couple of years, the rails, everything, maintenance is also very important. They should be able
Yes.
to maintain this equipment, those things, the gadgets there, the seats. Anything that need to be replaced should be replaced. Anything that need to be fixed should be fixed. They need to look into all that as well. And
And that's why
also,
it should be properly
people,
managed. Yeah, it's management now. They need to make money.
management,
If they don't make
yes,
money, when they're going to bring money, because that's how the Nigerian government work. They bring money from another place to maintain this. No, the thing is out, it's set up as a business now. It should go
yes,
out and make money to run itself and actually buy more train, expand. So I'm a
expand.
businessman. If I start something, I expect that thing to expand. Not me bringing money from another place to fund it. And I
Using
think
Peter to feed Paul, using Peter
yes,
to pay Paul, it won't work that way.
thank you.
And the most
That's the
important thing,
understanding.
management.
Uh-huh.
Who are those running their pay? Are they the problem is using positions to compensate people because they've helped you during election doesn't work that way. You need to put the right people in the right place. That is
I
the
like it.
most important thing. The right
We'll be-
peg in a square
yes,
peg in a square hole. That's how it
yes.
works.
I like that. So we'll be dealing with David is going to know what we're going to do in the course of now that we are in Lagos. Today is the first day, and I'm telling the audience, Lagos is here to stay. With David and the rest of the crew, we'll be bringing you the current things happening in Lagos. You know, Lagos is the commercial city of Nigeria.
Yeah.
David, before we quickly go into other things, but I'm interested in two things. I'm going to take a look at the coast city maybe another day, but let us look at the seaport. The seaport has always been a blessing and a disaster. Sometimes a curse in disguise because sometimes you cannot travel from Apapa to other part of the world. Is that place and the government managed to clear it?
The traffic on that road alone, you can spend 2 hours on that Apapa road alone. Not to talk of containers falling on people's vehicles. It's sad. I happened to lost two people on that same road when a container fell on their bus. a guy and a lady, which is very, very sad. Until the government is not really looking at that. And they are making a lot of money from that port. Now,
Yes,
I love the initiative of trying to make Calabar port just to reduce the pressure on Lagos. I think
yes.
that would be better. If Calabar can be working backwards, it will reduce the pressure on Lagos
And
port.
that is one thing I don't understand. How I don't know the politics behind it. Why boat cannot or ship cannot land in other parts of the country to relieve the stress on Lagos. Let's quickly welcome people from Edo State onto the broadcast. Edo women. Hi, look at the women from Edo. These are the heartbeats of the nation. Today, we have Lagos. Just you see this young man, look at his face. This is David from Lagos. And David, these are your people from Edo State. I know you know each other, but now you're going to know each other officially on the screen today. So these
Good
two
morning,
women,
Edo.
Good morning, Lagos. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
yes. So it's a beautiful day. I know people always come late. I don't understand whether they sleep too much for night. I don't
No,
know.
no, we've been here since. We've been
What
here
happened?
since it rained. It rained heavily. Like before we woke up, it started raining. So you can see we are all like we are like
Yes, so I was
Londonians.
about to ask whether you guys are in the winter. You know, the
We
women
are
the
like
women are
Londonians.
cold.
It's
Yeah,
really
London, yeah. So,
cold.
and I like this favor cap. Favor. I said I told you I'm going to get you a footballer. This is because this girl. If don't be footballer, I know they give her husband. This is your husband is a footballer. You are ready, right? I like this cap. But this is Papa's cap. Oh. Who gave you
Thank
one?
you, Daddy. I got one myself.
All right, that's a good one. Welcome to the show. Anyway, we've been looking at some of the activities in Lagos. We'll be having some
Thank you.
fun. Um, yeah. What we're gonna do from tomorrow is that we actually have some images of the town we're talking about. You understand? We want to have the images of what is happening in Edo. So that is something I will expect before every morning broadcast. At least let me have some images, and then Lagos show us the new, the blue. How do you call it? The
The
blue
Blue
rail.
Rail. Blue
Yeah,
Rail,
what
yes.
does it mean? You know, and I want to, when I see Lagos, the opportunity I see is something similar to Transfer for London. You know, on the Transport for London, is they have the buses, they have the train, they have the underground, they have the overhead. You know what? It's a business of its own, run by
Yeah.
the state, employing a lot of people. You understand? Within the city. And I see it as an opportunity. And it's not cheap, but when the government do it together, they make money. It should
Yeah.
not be free. It should be made. Transport for London is not free. It's sustainable because over the years, government is making sure they make money from people moving from one place to other within the city. And I really want to see that happening in Lagos. So I'm looking forward to the Blue Rail. And other than the Blue Rail, does the Lagos State have other means of transport like the buses, and even Lagos have a good? If I look at the water, are we taking advantage of the beautiful water in Lagos?
Yes, like the BRT and the Laxma. There's another one again in Lagos. The BRT buses owned by the state government, and also another one called Lax. I'll get the name. I'll get it. Don't let me pronounce it wrong. Okay, I'll get the
All right,
name. So,
we'll be looking at the transportation in Lagos. It's going to be, and what I will do is I'll bring some images from Transport for London, and we try and play with it. You understand? And see how we can grow because Lagos is really on top of the game, and I want to leave it that. So let's go back. Let's see Edo. They are in the midst of election. A lot of things are going on between the APC and the PDP because AP, PDP, AP, PDP, APC, APC, APD, APC. That's how we're going to say it together. Because that's what is happening in Edo. Una don't manage. Una Edo people, you guys have managed to bury the Labour Party. And they cry. Not that I have anything for the Labour Party, because I don't believe in what they do in anymore.
That's not correct, Daddy Chris. That's not correct.
It's not
The Labour
correct.
Party there, yeah, Neo is not correct. The Labour Party they are going strong. Olu
Really.
Akpata is doing his thing. Is making his
I,
sound.
I love the
You
rhythm
know.
of his campaign, but I can't see him, unfortunately. Where is he? I really want to see him. You understand? Where is he? I'm going to host some of them on one-on-one, your candidates. I'll be hosting them, but where is he? We
Okay,
want
I
to
think
see him.
we can get the woman leader, Labour Party though. We can get the
Yes,
woman leader. I'm sure
yes.
you like that. We'll get the woman leader for you.
All right. Anyway, today is a beautiful day. For the first time, we're celebrating having Lagos with us for the first time, and so it's a day that we're gonna leave Edo. But before we go into any other thing, Edo State, how is the election coming up?
Ha! Fireworks. Yesterday, yesterday, there was a juju scare in the House of Assembly.
Juju?
The speaker came. Yes, oh juju. The speaker
No,
came in
are you joking?
and I'm not joking, Sal. I'm not joking. It's in the dailies. He came in and he said he's suspending three members of the House of Assembly. Three members. Honorable Donald from Akoko Edo 2, one from Odeon 1, and another one from Esan West, I think, Esan something. And he says they, they are suspected to have been in a plan, or there was a plan to impeach him. So these three people were there, and so he's suspending them. And there was an uproar from the house, and the people were like, "It's not done. You don't just suspend us. You have to bring it to a vote." And he says, in the middle of the night, some Juju people some Mabalis came into the House of Assembly and were doing incantations. So based on that, and this information is getting, he's suspending them.
Does that guy understand something called LAW? Does it? Do you people
And
know how they call LAW in that state? Law. Is there
uh,
law in the land?
Well, I think we were both there, favor. We went for the inauguration of Honorable Agedo.
Yeah.
The one that we put up is on on
YouTube.
our YouTube handle. And when we were there, our honorable speaker said, "There's power in this chair," and I was
Uh,
like, wow. So when we saw it yesterday and it was like, I suspended, three of you are suspended indefinitely. And we looked at ourselves and we said, there's power in that chair.
I mean,
So,
there's abusing power in the chair. There's a power to abuse people in that chair. How can you suspend your fellow member? They were voted for. They are representing people.
three,
Three.
three
Just
of
because of
them.
juju
By
scare.
their
Is it
constituency.
constitutional? I mean,
I don't know.
this is abysmal. Is it constitutional to suspend person because you suspect he or she using juju? I mean, this
You
is
see,
terrible.
you
That's
see,
going to be a leader
Daddy
and
Chris,
Only in Edo.
Daddy
Yeah.
Chris was hammering something. You people have sacked your, what did they call it? Sack your deputy governor.
Deputy
You people
governor.
have punished your deputy governor. But do you know that this is the continuation of that? Because the member representing Akoko Edo 2 constituency, Honorable Donald Okogbe, he was actually the PA to the deputy governor for over 6 years before contesting this. So you can see that it's beginning to spill over. And I'm sure if you do some investigation, you'll find out that the other two are maybe close to the deputy governor. And so this is the hammer coming down. Because I remember even before the impeachment, when they started clipping the wings of the deputy governor, his sister-in-law, who was the permanent secretary to Edo State Sports Commission,
Yeah.
was clipped. So I'm sure this one too, political thing and all that, and maybe it's another clipping. So we're going to dig into it, and
All right.
tomorrow, or maybe we'll give you a rundown of everything. I think we have a guest in the
I'm
house.
excited. I'm excited. I don't know whether I didn't know that Juju is recognized in the Nigerian constitution. Anyway,
Hi,
so I can just say
Juju.
somebody take Juju pursue me for night. For that reason, this will happen. Oh,
you
what?
can sue the person to court.
It's quite
Yes, so
impressive.
to the God.
Anyway, we have a
Thank you. I think
guest.
you have a guest in the house.
Yes, Adeyinka is with us. Let me add Adeyinka to the show. And hello, Adeyinka.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Good morning,
Good morning.
everyone in the studio.
Nice to have you. Yeah,
Nice
we
to
like
know
your
you.
moving face, man. This is the kind of face we want to see in the morning. So how nice to have you in our midst, Adeyinka.
Yeah, thank you.
Adeyinka will be asking one or two questions for you. They've not really told me exactly much. My team will have one or two questions to ask. So, Princess, do you want to introduce Adeyinka to us?
Okay, this is Adeyinka, the CEO for Labs Logistics, and he happens to be our field correspondent. He gives us what goes on in town, And today I'm sure he will be able to help us with our traffic situation, because it rained heavily and our roads are something else. People can't get to where they are going to. So he's in the field. I'm sure he can tell us. We've been seeing, we are building roads, we are constructing roads here, but
Yes.
we are in the studio. But today, he
Yes.
said breeze don't blow.
Uh-huh.
Foul, people. So
When we see the roads,
he's in the field,
check
he can.
roads. I think that there's a noise, there's an echo from your end, but we'll leave with that. Eh? Yes, 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 yes. Thank you. Now we cool. So Deika, could you tell us well, I don't want to rate Obaseki, I will not be saying that, but we heard a good news that the governor of Edo State has been constructing great roads. He has been, in fact, he has increased his salary to 70,000 naira, which is an insult anyway. And that the minimum wage is now 70,000 naira. We saw
70,000.
him sharing bag of rice, and roads in Benin is now excellent. They say rainfall. Is that the case, sir?
Okay. I didn't quite get what you said because you said there was a feedback from my end, so I had
Yes.
to
Yeah. What I
try
said
to
now
see I
is
could turn off
good.
the
But you can hear
sound
me now.
from the output.
Yes.
But I think I can hear you now, so maybe you have to
Perfect.
go over your question again.
Let me go again. The
Yes, please.
governor of Edo State, His Excellency Governor Baseki, has been rated very high. Every time I ask one or two questions, the people from Edo always say, "No, the governor is doing well." I've witnessed him saying the money he has raised in the minimum wage to 70,000 naira, which I think for me is still an insult. But that is a start in the positive direction. We saw him sharing bag of rice. The rice have not really gone to anybody in Jesus' name. And now we heard that he has constructed that the roads in Benin are perfect now. Is that the case? That's what I want to know. Could tell us the situation because I hear say rainfall. Is that the case now? Are we having good roads in Benin unlike before?
Okay. In all sincerity, I think the current administration, which is the administration of His Excellency Governor Godwin Obaseki, they've actually done very well. Yes, we know the situation of Benin before now, ancient Benin, where when it rains, especially the roads like Teacher's House, Local Road, Ugbowo leading to University of Benin Teaching
Yes.
Hospital and University of Benin main campus. When it rains for like a period of 3 weeks to 1 month, that road
It's
is
a no go.
practically not passable.
Yes.
But now we have a situation whereby even if it's so flooded, within time of like 30 minutes, 45 minutes, everywhere is
Right.
motorable. So I think the administration is what commendable. They've done really well. A lot of adjoining roads that were very bad have been fixed and all that. So it's a good one. Talking about traffic and road situation today. Of course, when it's immediately the rain stopped, there was flood everywhere. But I can tell you right now, a lot of the roads you cannot find the floods anymore. They've all gone down the drain. So it's a good one. It's a good one from the governor and his team.
All right. So and
So I have a question for you. So I have a question for you. We they just
Yeah.
prepared that dollar, and
Can you hear me?
we know that because that's. Can you hear me, sir? Sir, can you hear me? Because you have to hear me. Favor was stuck this
Adeka,
morning.
can you hear them? Can you hear the
Deika,
speaker?
you must hear us. So hello, sir.
Adeka is not it's not hearing us.
Sir,
I
Okay.
also have a question.
Yes. They
so
have a question. My
favor
team
was,
are ready.
yes,
But I
favor
don't think
was
Adeka
stuck.
can hear you. Go on. Now you can hear you. I tell you.
Okay, favor was stuck this morning because they just repaired that dollar road.
Yeah, like last month or 2 months ago.
Please, you can narrate it by yourself.
Okay, Adolo, they just repaired that place like 2 months ago or a month ago, and the road is looking all smoother. But today rain fell and the place is very flooded. Like I could see people like the water was getting to people almost,
Did you
I don't know,
video it?
almost half of their clothes and all of that. The place was very flooded. I remember before they repaired the place, I had to cross the flood once and it was not so funny. So having seen them like repair the road, I was hoping, oh, when flood comes, when rain comes, the road will be all clear and all of that. But that was not the case today.
Good.
It was really flooded today, very flooded.
So, Mr. Adenka, what do you have to say about that?
Unfortunately, I think
Can I add to this?
it's not hearing us.
Yes,
I
yes.
think she actually confirmed my
Network
question.
is bad from my end, so
Yes.
I really can't follow what's going on.
Yeah. Unfortunately, yes. Now you are with us.
Okay.
Eh. Sir,
She
sir, what we're saying is that the Adolo junction, it was fixed recently.
Yes.
But as at today, it rained and it is River Adolo now. And you said that in 30 minutes, 1 hour, 45 minutes, the roads will be clear. What do you have to say about that road? Is it plus on a
I,
scale of 1 to 10?
Okay.
I
Rate
want to
the road.
even she confirmed my question. I want to even say this. You know, we have two types of flood: flash flood and the major flood. Probably what Sadeka saw was flash flood. Flash flood does not take time. In a space of 30 minutes, it's gone. It might be
No,
flash
sir.
flood.
Sir, no, sir.
But
No, sir.
the real
If
flood
you know
takes
that
time. Maybe
area,
what she saw is the real flood. Probably what Mr. Deka saw on those roads were flash floods.
no,
Or what do
sir.
you think?
That area, if you know that area, is correct in the point that um, water moves faster now.
Yeah.
I think on April 6th, I had to park my car around that area, and I took a public transport because I was already scared of the water. But as at the time we were coming out, the roads were clear.
Yeah.
You know, I think is correct. It's not if you know that place. It's not the flood.
Yeah,
is
the
not
water,
flash.
they flow a little
It's
bit
not
better
flash.
now.
They flow a little
A
better now.
little bit.
But our
Okay,
point,
that's
our
fine.
question is that the road, he says that he's giving them credit. I'm being neutral. He's giving them credit, and the road has just been repaired, like rubber, nylon tile.
Yes.
But today the road is River Adolo now.
Yeah,
Rate
okay.
it, sir, on a scale of 1 to 10.
And who is the
Rate
contractor?
that
Who
road, sir.
constructed the road? We should know the contractors.
Eh, eh. Let's ask Mr. Denika, say something about that junction, sir. Ah, ah.
Can, can you say that again? I can
Okay,
barely hear
Ade,
you.
say something about Adolo Junction.
Okay. Um, that road, that portion, that Adelo portion was a very terrible portion of of the Ugbo Lagos road. So I still will give credit to this current administration. They have done very well. The way the road is, it's a speed. We have the speed lane and the what do they call it now? The service lane. I think if there's any issues, it's usually the service lane because it's a depression. That part is a lower part of the landscape where when there is flood, that is where the water kind of goes to. But still and still, within a matter of 1 hour, the waters are gone. I can tell you that there's there's no reason why I should want to. I don't even know the governor in person. Like maybe I want to support him. If he's not doing well, I'll say he's not doing well. But I don't. But in all sincerity, in the space of 1 hour at most, which I don't even think it gets to, even the service lane are completely dried. You don't have such things. I can tell you that. So I think the government, they have really tried. They deserve to be commended, honestly.
We'll go and check in 1 hour.
Anyway, I'm impressed, because to be honest, uh, God, Excellency Godwin Obaseki, you are winning. Your name now Godwin, you are winning every time. But what I am really confused, I think I'm happy you said you are not a big, you don't know the governor, you don't, so you are not here fighting for him, but you are just saying the truth, what you're
The
saying.
reality, yes, the reality.
I'm going to ask a question, and that is because for me today, you are a younger generation, and yesterday I tried to set a barometer. If we want to set a good leader, how do we rate them? Because sometimes it's something with, even when I give awards to people, I say, oh, award on leadership. I want to have a clear barometer. And one of the things that come to me is Obaseki has been in power. I don't know whether you can hear me well. He has been in power now for 8 years. Let's say it's about to go. 8 years in office. For these 8 years, he has collected money from Abuja to spend. You collect money every month, you spend. You collect money every month, you spend. What can you tell me that Obaseki has invested in these 8 years that will bring some money to Edo State?
Okay.
And the man is an
Well,
investment banker. He's an investment banker. So he knows what I'm saying. As an investment
okay.
banker, you collect money, you spend. You collect money, you spend. So as a good man, he knows. He knows he has to invest. I'm sure he has done one. Do you know if anything Obaseki has done that is not bringing money to Edo State?
Mm, well, I think Obaseki is someone that does not blows his trumpet. He's
Okay.
someone that does not blow his trumpet. He does a lot of things. He doesn't even talk about it. Of course, there are projects that he has done. Like one that's just in my mind, I can clearly remember now. It's
Okay.
the Victor Wifo Creative Hub stroke, the facelift he gave to Observer, the Nigeria Observer, the state local newspaper
Newspaper.
house.
Yes.
He gave it a very wonderful facelift, and the sophisticated printing press that was there. I'm not even
Yes.
sure the press in Benin are even talking about it. He's someone that he does a lot of things, and he doesn't even blow his trumpet. So well, and I think that this observer that he did, this facelift he gave to observer and the Victor Wifo Creative Hub, of course, it's a development that is also bringing returns back to the
Yes.
state.
All right. And
Okay.
I'll be happy to see that. You see, maybe it comes down to management. You understand? If I will create a hub, that's me. If I spend state money to build an observer, turn observer to a state of the art, where we can now turn our newspaper. Observer should be bringing money back to the states. Because tomorrow, if there's no money from Abuja, where do we have money to fund the observer? Okay, tomorrow, observer go down tomorrow. We now have to look for money from federal government until they pay us before we fix observer. Observer should be making money to run itself. The same thing I asked them in Lagos this morning. He said they have the blue rail, which is something I'm commending. But if they don't make money,
Blue line, sir. Blue line.
huh?
It's called
The
the
blue
blue
line.
line.
Blue line, okay. If it's not making money, how do we sustain it? This is perhaps that's why I want to rate these people as an investment banker. It's all I've been hearing still. All I've still been hearing is still this infrastructure. And you said he doesn't blow his trumpet. The man is looking for something that will blow his trumpet. Because if you go invest on things like that, you're blowing trumpet. If you had invested in that, one thing that pains me in Edo State, and I really want to draw this attention to all Edo people. You guys know Malaysia today, they are the highest producer of red oil, palm oil. Malaysia, they took it from Benin. 9-4 in Benin is dead. That's something that can turn the economy of Edo State. I'm not talking of Nigeria, Edo State. And I'm sure if we spend 1 month money from the federal government, 9-4 will be back.
Okay.
Or,
The governor, sir.
let me just ask this. Alternatively, there could be loan to revive that kind of beautiful thing.
The
Instead,
go-
it's
Loan.
go
no,
on.
no. The
Okay,
governor
do you know how
invested,
much we
sir.
are owing here? Those states is owing our debt. Okay, don't say
Yes.
loan again.
That's
The
it, they
government
owe.
invested $660 million to palm oil in Edo State.
Really?
Yes, sir. 660. I can confirm that. $660 million production of palm oil in Edo State. You
And
can
where
check
are they?
it.
But what happened to it? Are you guys aware, Edo people? This is a good record. Obaseki, you have been free here. But where is it? Are we producing oil in Edo State now?
Yes, palm oil is being produced in Edo State now. The governor invested $660 million on oil production in Edo State.
Actually, it was not. It wasn't even the government, too, because there was a time the Buhari government released a certain amount of money to people to all the states, 14 states. Delta State was among. That he said, if you want to plant, in fact, they were throwing the money around. And from that scheme, if it is well done, Delta State was to produce about 3,000 billionaires within 5 years, if it's well done. Because this palm thing is very, very easy. You just plant it, it grows. In 3 years, you start to reap. The government will say, if you show me your acres of land, I'll give you money to develop it, to clear it. The money used to clear it is even enough for you to build a house. You understand? And then they give you money to plant. In 3 years, you start earning money. And they are telling you to pay back. But what we want to see is perhaps we want to Obaseki government. You're not in the government, young man, but Adeleke, we really want to know how far that scheme has gone. Because it would be nice if Edo State is not making money, not waiting. Because if Edo State is making money from that kind of good scheme, now oil, then we don't need to wait for money from oil from federal government. It should be able to pay people 650,000 naira minimum wage. That's where I'm coming. Because there's a new scheme now. Everybody wants to be paid 650,000, which I agree. The state cannot pay if they don't make money. Edo State have started well. They're not making money with that. Are they making money from it, or they're still waiting for federal government to
They
maintain
have
it?
made they have made $600 million from it, from the investment.
They've made $600 million from the investment.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Thank God, you know the way the answer.
This is what I want to get. This is what we call. Let's go to have. You see what I'm. You see where I'm going. As an investment banker, basically you know what I'm saying, and I'm happy. This guy, listen, David is joining the show for the first time, so he's not defending Obaseki. I know that,
And
but
thank you,
I'm
David.
not.
Thank you, David, for being
for the
accurate.
point of
It's not
knowledge.
my mouth. If I mean talk am now, that Chris go send me something. One she go from
I know,
London.
I know,
I'm not
guys.
defending him.
It's good to have you, but let us stay together and review some of the papers. Just one together, all right? Before we let Adeleke go, let's take a look at some of the papers. Let's start with the punch. Let's hear from. I will let David read the punch for us. Punch, please.
Okay, I'm picking the story from the Punch newspaper. Just a minute, please.
Yeah, where would you?
Okay, I beg your pardon. My first story is from the Daily Trust newspaper.
Oh, Daily Trust. Okay.
Yeah, with the headline, "Military bases will weaken Nigeria's defense," says PRP.
I don't know whether I have the same paper with you.
Yeah.
I think what we
We
have,
don't
we
have
what on here?
just the Punch and
Yes, sir.
Vanguard
There's Tribune.
and the Guardian.
Yes.
Yes, I don't know which one you're reading.
Daily Trust.
Daily
Daily
Trust.
Trust. We have is FG cracks down on crypto
Yes.
traders, illegal crypto, and
Which one do you have?
Yeah, Daily Trust. That's the headline. Yes, FG crackdown on illegal crypto leaders.
Yes. Is that
I
what you
just
have? Yes. Okay. Let's go then.
Okay. Let me pick the story. I actually picked the other story. I didn't pick this story.
All right.
Let me look for the headline.
All right. While you do that, don't worry. Maybe Edo can help us with this one. Then you pick the next paper. Edo, let's go with the Daily Trust.
Okay, we don't have Daily Trust with us here. Just the Punch, Guardian, Vanguard, and Tribune.
How come you guys don't have it and it's only me that have it? I just put it on the screen anyway. Anyway, the Daily
okay, let's
Trust.
just pick the punch. We can use the punch.
All
It's
right.
almost the same thing as what is on the Daily Trust.
All right,
The
let's go.
punch. The headline says FG to ban naira from crypto trading platforms. So and the SEC set to unveil fresh rules banning naira from crypto exchanges. DG meets operators, directs trader to name and shame racketeers. That's the headline on the punch, and you can find that continuation story on page 21. Underneath you have woman shot, scores injured as police tear gas Delta protesters. You can find that on page 8. That's a sad one. We have president's picture here, Tinubu. France rules out citing military base in Nigeria. That's on
We don't
page
need it.
7.
We don't need it.
FG, yeah, FG orders registration of 1.9 million POS operators. Shetima shelves US trips as presidential jet develops fault mid-air.
Amen.
That's on page
Amen.
21.
Where did they go to there with our money? Go on.
You have Rivers. Assembly overrides Fubara again. Government vows not to worship any man. That's on page 8 of the Punch newspaper. Then you have that sad story there about the woman that was shot. FG grills 6 senior NSCDC officers over 6 billion naira fraud. That's on page 7. Evacuation. Lagos task force threatening to kill us in Osun forest. Victims allege. That's on page 4 and 5. Nigerians reject electricity tariff cuts, demand total reversal. That's on page 2. That's all from the Punch newspaper.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's start. Let's take a look at the headline. In fact, I was running this with David this morning, and I will keep wondering why the federal government is really out to to bury cryptocurrency in Nigeria. That's something that David throw some light on that. I still don't get it. If the thing is not illegal anywhere in the world, why is it illegal in Nigeria? Or if it's not understood or something is wrong with it, I just want to understand it. I don't. What is wrong with cryptocurrency?
No, I think I heard about that, and they said it's adding to the rise of dollar and all of that. That is affecting our currency also. So they want to drop it. That's the reason. I think I that was what I heard about it.
Anyway,
And
government have right to regulate any sector. I think they must have some good reason for doing that. But if they let us know, then we can. You see, that's one thing the government should do is communicate with us, because if we know, if they said if the minister of finance said this, then we know why. You don't just come up with something that we are consumers. We want to know why we are being stopped or why we are being advised or government is against certain things, so we can support the government in whatever they're doing. And I think that is very important. But anyway, later, the one interesting story here I think we must not escape this morning is that of Fubara. Fubara he has never been a governor at peace. Thank you to Wike. Now, this one again, now, what is happening there again in Rivers State? Say, Assembly overrides Fubara again. Government is saying they will not bow to the threat of any man. Is Wike still a governor? Wike, you have a state to run. The man is running the state. You have FCT to run. What is going on here? You know, it's just like what we saw in Edo now, where a House of Assembly, the Speaker of the House of Assembly is saying, I suspect 3 of you. Is that dictatorship? Let's find a word for it. Now you come to you come all these House of Assembly boys. In fact, when they select them at all, do you look at their credentials before you vote? Before you have a speaker who is suspending people at will or saying that it's one juju. Which juju recognize? Which constitution recognize?
The day we went there to cover that story, somebody was just coming back from suspension. Remember?
Yes.
Somebody was just coming back from suspension.
Yes.
Really, and they cannot seek redress. So because I know Edo, if that person go to court, they will say he has gone to reveal government secret. They will then finally impeach him. I know because that's how you manage to impeach your deputy. I'm going to bring before we run away. You might not stay with us too long. I want to bring the story of your deputy in. Let's quickly do that before you leave. Deika, I don't know whether you can hear me. Listen, your governor, he's handsome. Godwin Obaseki, I know he's excellency, but I say he's handsome. You know, he's handsome guy. Godwin Obaseki managed to get rid of his deputy, somebody he has been working with for 7 years. The man was not a criminal for 7 years. He was not out of order for 7 years. The guy wanted to be governor. A lot of issues came up. He has been suspended. He went further to demolish his gate. Now the man is homeless. From what I can see, I hear say the man not see food chop again. What is going on in Edo State? Is that true, or is it because what has the guy done wrong? The reason I'm talking about this is the House of Assembly. I interviewed somebody here on this program, a barrister from Edo, and I asked him what was the sin of this man. They said he revealed government secret. I said, government secret? How? He said he went to the Federal High Court to complain that he was about to be impeached. In that case, in the process of that, he has revealed government secret. Which secret? To go to court, to go to court that something is going on in my state is illegal. That is government secret being revealed. That's why I'm saying this now. But long story short, Obaseki has impeached or has successfully got rid of his deputy. Is that something you young people want to follow? Is that something we should be proud of? What has the deputy done? Just maybe because I'm from outside, I always see from outside. So maybe you guys are in there. Like talk us through the good story now. And I'm sure David might know some things about it as well. I don't know. But why is the deputy impeached? Why was he sent off? He's been there with him
Okay.
for years old.
Well, I believe that issues like this can be seen from different perspectives. But I would like to see it from the perspective. I'm an evangelist anyway, and I
Oh,
like to see it from the perspective of what God sees about authority. He said there's no authority that is not ordained of God. For the period that he was the deputy governor, I want to believe that it was ordained by God. Now that he has been removed, the person that is there, I like to look at. I'm not even looking at his side that is no longer there. I'm looking at the person that is there right now. It is God's ordained time for him to be there, and for him, even if it's going to be for 4 months or 3 months or 5 months, let him also enjoy it, and let's see it as God has ordained him, and it's time for him to be there. So that's just the way I see it. I don't want to go into
evangelist.
if what he did.
Evangelist, this
If
is threatening, you know. So if
yes,
somebody come now
yes,
and say,
yes.
so if they come and impose, no, wait. During the colonial era, when the British and they gathered, the people gathered in Berlin and said they should share Africa, and they shared Africa, it was God ordained that they should come and rule us for all those period.
If God does not stamp it, he will not be there.
Hi.
He will not be there in all sincerity.
Now
For
we
him
don't
to
go
be
into
there,
that debate today.
for him to be there, I
Eh?
believe that it is the will of God. I'm talking about the new deputy governor, whether I would like it or not.
Yes, I'm
Anyhow,
talking.
anyhow we want to
I'm
explain
not
it,
taking. I'm
is
taking
in
the
God's
brother,
plan.
sir. I'm taking
Is
the
in God's
brother because
plan.
that's a dangerous biblical interpretation. Because if
Sir, sir, do you know that during the British invasion of of Benin,
yes,
what year? That 18
18,
during the
18,
during,
1897 or so. Yeah.
during yes, during that invasion, when Obavorame and his warriors
Yeah.
were
Yes.
fighting, you know that they fought for over 2 years. Contrary to common knowledge, they fought for over 2 years, and the British couldn't take Benin. Obavorame gave up himself because he didn't want his people to suffer, and he gave up himself. Now, the British tried to still put governors over the Benin people, but it didn't work because even while Obavorame was away on exile, he was still king. He was still king.
But
He
the
was
Benin
still
people
sending
resisted. It was the Benin people
yeah,
that resisted.
what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is that things are already preordained. There's a system and it has to flow. I'm not saying that the impeachment is right or the impeachment is wrong, but I know that there was a panel. Let's be fair to everybody. There was a panel set up, and the deputy governor started the panel. The ex-deputy governor started the panel, and later midway, he said he's not doing again.
Yeah.
That they should do what they like. He's not doing again. He's not going again. Now, if he had followed the panel through, perhaps he could have been able to prove that I should still retain my office or not. But he gave up the race at the end of the day. So
Yeah.
don't forget that before this impeachment, we've had this battle for over a year and a half between the power tussle had been there for over a year and a half between the office of the deputy governor and the governor.
Yes.
So there has been a lot of tussle, a lot of underground, a lot of cutting short and all that. So before what came out. So what I'm saying is that it has been long coming, and it is a very difficult thing to say because the new deputy governor, I'm older than the new deputy governor. I'm older,
But
yeah. I'm older than you.
another
So want to
thing,
come here and you don't
I
understand
don't.
because it's a youth. It's just 38.
He
So
said it.
the governor is trying to say that let's look at the youth. Let's give them a chance. So you see
Wait, oh,
what's
why did he not go and win
Aside
election?
that,
Why did,
hello.
go on, David. Yeah, let me hear from you.
Now, the problem of the deputy governor started when he visited Oshomole and made his intentions known that he wants to become the governor of Edo State. Now, you agree with me that Edo have 18 local governments, am I right? Akoko Edo, Esako, Eson West, and Central, and all of that. Now, the governor made it known to him that it is not his turn. I think the deputy governor from Esako, if I'm not mistaken, from
Yes.
Esako West, the
Yeah,
former deputy governor, I
I don't
mean,
know.
yeah,
Yes,
that it is not his turn. Auchi, which is Oshomole, have produced the governor. Benin, which is the present governor of Obaseki, am I right? Has
and the
produced the
South.
governor. Then the former deputy governor, and the governor made it known that it has been shared on how the governorship would go around the whole local government. That it is not the turn of Esako West. That was where his problem started from. He became rebellious.
All
The
right.
deputy governor became rebellious at some point during his time. He became rebellious to the governor, came out and was saying some things. Later, he came back to apologize. After apologizing,
Yeah.
the governor forgave him. Can you remember? The governor forgave him after he came out to apologize. He went back again and still continued.
The,
So,
your analogy is is the textbook
Yeah.
is the textbook analogy. You see, but the problem did not start at when he went to Shomole. This whole issue began at the beginning of the second term
yeah,
when the governor left the APC to the PDP.
to PDP,
And
yeah,
now, yes, and now the slogan of that campaign was that we are going to hand over power to Edo Central.
Yes.
So the Edo Central
This is the
people
Isha
looked,
area,
yes,
from what I can
yes,
understand.
the
Yeah.
Eastern area. Yes, they looked at
yeah,
it as this is a renewed hope, and so a lot of people even left the APC and like this is our turn, as in we are going to finally be heard, and they now supported the governor and the deputy
All
who
right.
did that campaign together. That it was
good,
Edo Central at the
yes,
beginning of the second term. Now moving in, the deputy governor now wants to go for contest for the position, which
Yes.
the
and he's from
governor says that
Esako.
Yes.
yes, it's from Edo North.
Edo
Edo
North.
North. Yes, the current governor, deputy governor, is also from Edo North Senatorial District too. So
Wonderful.
what we're saying is that the governor said we both did this campaign together, and
And
we
we
gave our
agreed.
word. Yes,
Exactly.
all these ones have been under the carpet. So, as at the time the deputy governor went to this Senate to join them in that their celebration that they did there, the
Yeah,
problem was that on that same day, the Edo State government, they were inaugurating into office commissioners,
yeah,
and the deputy governor was not in that state function. He left it and went to take champagne at Abuja in the Red Chambers. So that was
yeah,
where it was now obvious that the rebellion.
yeah.
All right.
Oh,
Today is the first time, to be honest, that I'm having a clear insight into what has happened to the deputy governor. They've been,
yeah,
because all the excuses has never made sense. But today I will be supporting Obaseki. If we campaign, because that's how it is. It's about the senatorial districts. Understand? Now, Benin must be on the maybe at the end of it. We have the north, south,
yeah,
and the central. The central will be each. If it is going to go round, Obaseki, yes, Oshomola is from the north, Isako area. Now
Esako.
Benin is the
Yeah,
the maybe the south. The
so,
central is the son of the central. And if we campaign on that from what she's saying, then it is fair to keep to our campaign rules. Maybe
exactly.
if that is the case, then make it clear, you understand? That so that we can fight the man together. And if that is the case, then he has no excuse. He has no single excuse giving us what he has. Anyway, well, those of you say when I watch this movie, have you watched the movie? What they call uh, Pulp Fiction? He said when you do gangsters together, you know what you guys are doing. There's a secret there. They know more.
Mhm.
I think from what I've heard today, I will no more be fighting Obaseki based on that because it was a campaign promise made by this.
Exactly.
And
Of
I said,
yes.
if you make a campaign promise and your governor say no, I'm not supporting you. If you're going to be governor, I'm nothing against you, but this is what we said. As far as I'm
Yeah.
concerned, I'm still the governor. I hold the mandate, and I'm going to keep to that. Then you cannot blame the governor for that. If that is the case, Shaibu, you for beat you put because I've been supporting you. Anyway, at this one side of the story I heard today. If I hear another one, I will sit up. But thank you very much for that beautiful insight.
Yeah.
But still on this paper, I wanted to go on a break. But let's take a look. Let's finish this with punch before we take any break at all. Look at some important thing here. So in Nigeria, people went on a peaceful protest and they were shot in Delta State. Is that not the image we've seen there? In Nigeria, the thing Nigerian government, the Nigerian police will never learn is it was the enters started in Ughelli. That protest started in Ughelli. It was people that came out, young people that came out, and they start to oppress them. The people started, it went around the whole country. Now you saw women. You finish it to come, and now you see women again, you shot at them. This is not some people, you cannot say this will have gun to shoot at you, police. Where is the point? You can use tear gas even to dispatch innocent people. They are not rioting, they are protesting. The language here, I'm happy what they said here. Protesters. There's a difference between when you protest and when you riot.
Mm-hmm.
And this is wrong. Anyway, I'm sure the government have explanation to do. We have some serious explaining to do in this country. In fact,
So the police had come out to deny attacking protesting women. They actually denied it.
of course, that's what they're going to say. What about this bullet I'm seeing now? All these women that's there, who shot her? Is the protester?
Now bed. Now bed where
A
they
lot of
pass.
people were injured.
Last time they went to Koma, they said the military said they never did anything. No, they were just they are not even there. That they never even go
And the governor visited the site and it has been leveled.
leveled, and now as we talking,
It's sad.
yeah, it's sad. As we speak now, the people are still they're still in the forest. Well, last time I was investigating what happened, as last Sunday, which is yesterday, 2 days ago, they were telling me that the place that they set up, that the government is not trying to set up a kind of IDP camp. The camp, if you see that, I don't know the meager amount of money he gave to them. They are still constructing, they are nailing wood. You know that kind of carpenter work. For in this emergency, that's what we get. The good thing is we will not blame anybody. The man is from the same, is from the area. So he's an Urobo man. It's Urobo people they are killing. So nobody can say, this is no tribal conflict. You are the governor. This is what you are allowed to inflict on your people. So they should ask their son what happened to them. That's why it is so beautiful. That's why we have peace in Delta State. Had it been a governor from another area, we would better have a lot of tribes. You understand? If we were to be suppose the governor is an Ijaw man. Hey! In fact, if we don't get peace, because they would have said, your people caused this. You understand? This is an Urobo man. You understand? And the conflict is we'll leave that for another day. Anyway,
Of course.
let's take a look at the punch.
I believe the military should have arrested the perpetrators, not going as far as killing children, women, innocent people.
Even for a monarch to surrender himself to the military, you declare them wanted. The man came out. He said, "Hey, I am not the one. What are you talking about?" They detained him indefinitely.
It happened during the time of Obasanjo in OD, if you can recall.
Yes.
When in OD in Bayelsa State, when military went there and killed almost everybody.
Say Obasanjo ordered that they should wipe them. And that's why you see one thing, one king said in my place, because we are Robo. He said anytime Yoruba man enter power and as soon as they kill us, Obasanjo came, he wipe us. This one don't come. Now big lesson, Tinubu listen to us. Well, we'll come to that another day. Anyway, I'm just
even though the army came out to give us, they gave us their word.
Some tribal sentiment
the Nigerian army, before the attack, gave us their word that they are not going to attack. There will not be a revenge attack on the people. And it's bad. It's so sad that after giving us their word, now it means we can no longer trust the Nigerian military. They give us their word that they are not going to attack these people. Only for the governor to visit the site 3 days after, and it has been leveled. This is so sad. I mean, that means you can no longer trust. If you cannot trust the government, you can no longer trust in the military. After they have come out to tell us that nothing will be done, that they are going to only arrest the perpetrators, and yet they still went ahead to attack these people, innocent people, all because 40 military men were killed.
That's the language. Innocent people.
Innocent people were killed.
It's a shame.
And the painful thing is, the real perpetrators must have absconded.
Of course, when you do that, because you give room for the real perpetrator to go. You understand?
Yes.
And you will like the support because people you would have used as your informant are the people you've chased away. You
Exactly.
know, because the community people, I'm sure they will even have one or two enemies. If you are if the military were clever, you see when this kind of thing happen, you know they have enemies within. They have competition. Any community they fight one another. So when things like this happen, you begin to use those who are their enemy to gather your information. Instead, you started wiping everybody. And now I'm sure the military got no information. Where are they going to get information from? From the people they killed? From the people they wipe
That,
out?
of
No way.
course.
They have nothing. So they
No.
cannot investigate nothing. We don't know. I can swear that they will not be able to find out who
They
committed this.
can't. They can't. It's too late.
Too late.
It's too late now. They can't find the real people that perpetrated this evil.
Yes. On a lighter
We
note,
are,
POS, 1.9 million POS people. I like it though. They need to be registered. You understand? This issue of POS, you know, POS has come to do us a lot of good services in Nigeria. You know what? You know how I see POS? I see your POS as a human machine, a human ATM. In the UK, we have a lot of ATM. You know, where you can go and take money. But I don't think we have such machines in Nigeria. So if human beings are now playing the role of the ATM and charging, yes, there are some free ATM in the UK. Some ATM you go in some remote places, you pay. If I want to withdraw my money, I pay as much as £1, 1.9 pounds, or sometimes £2. You understand? To collect my own money. You understand? It happens in the UK. So it's not out of place to have them. But because of lack of regulations, I think Nigerian government have legitimate concern to say, hey, you are not registered, we don't know you. Now, supposing kidnappers kidnap somebody, because I'm very concerned about how kidnappers are getting away with certain things in the country. They will give you an account to pay to. If they give you an ATM account, a POS account, the POS man will say, I didn't know. I only give him my account. So he can get away by saying, I don't know. You understand? And he has come to collect the money. So if you are registered, you will be trained, you'll be educated. You understand? You will ask people, you have legitimacy. Where is the money coming from? Because there must be. You cannot transfer money anyhow in a country. We want to know who is collecting and who's not collecting. So anybody you don't know cannot use your account. So we need to come to that. You understand? And that is why, especially when you receive money for another person. If somebody bringing money and want to send, maybe you may not be so concerned. But when you receive money and you give the money out, then you are responsible for whoever you give the money to.
yeah.
And that is one thing that, and being a registered POS, perhaps the government will be able to tell you the duties and the responsibility of running a POS. I think that is very important. So
You're right. We've had cases of one chance. These people are who are involved in one chance that they go about with ATM machines too. And also, we've seen cases where I'm sorry to say this: the Nigerian police, when they arrest some of these so-called internet fraudsters, popularly known as Yahoo, they give them ATM machines to transfer certain money into. We've seen
Yes.
police go about with ATM machines. We've seen people, all these one chance drivers, go
no,
about with
let's use the word POS, not ATM. They are POS.
POS,
They are not
yeah.
ATM.
Yeah, I think about the POS machine.
Human POS,
Police
yes.
one chance go about with POS machine. So I think I will support the government on this. Let's know let these people they should be registered.
You know what I found out? Every police station today in Nigeria, they have a POS attached.
They have a POS attached.
So when police collect bribes, you gotta pay to them and they collect. You see how if they should wipe. Can you imagine that kind of practice? Legitimizing corruption in our face. Meaning police arrest you, you won't do anything. If you want bribe, I say go put the money there.
Yes. And during the time of Naira crisis, during the period of Naira crisis, when
Yes.
we had to buy our own money, those some POS operators actually abused and took advantage of the situation. I mean, you could be as high as 10% of your own money. It was that bad. It was really, really a terrible situation. People died in during that time, and POS operators were not helping matters. They came up with the claim that they are also buying this money from banks, which I cannot substantiate that allegation yet. They came out with that they buy the money from banks, so at a very high rate, and they actually abused that took advantage of that situation then. So if we're able to regulate them, register them, let their accounts be known, in case if terrorists, one chance, or police are using their account, it can easily be traced. Of course, why do we have the BVN? This is one reason why we have BVN, and I don't think
Exactly.
BVN is
That's
even
what
working.
BVN, they will have NIN. In fact,
BVN, I don't think it's
we have
serving
too
any
many
purpose.
identities now. In those days, I was crying there was no identity. Now we have too many. We have the BVN, we have the NIN. It's enough identity for anybody, and because they are electronic, and in fact, they are biometric.
Watch out, more is still coming out. The president has said he's going to bring out another identification card now. My question is, what are we doing to all these so many
And then you know
cards?
what? You know what I don't understand. Yet you have, Nigeria. You have voters card, you have NIN, you have
Driver's
BVN,
license.
and it's rubbish. Your NIN is enough for you to vote. Why do you need to register again with another?
As a citizen, I go about with card. There's a particular card I go about with. A new one is coming out now. The president is actually thinking of bringing out a new card.
And
When
it's
I
not
went
going to
through,
be. It's not
yes,
going
when
to
I
be.
went through what the cards are used for, it is the same thing that you can do with your international passport. It is the same thing you can do with your NIN. It is the same thing you can do with your voter's card. I mean, it's totally it is waste on taxpayers' funds. They're only
Exactly.
wasting our money on irrelevant things. Because a contract to be awarded to somebody, machines will be bought, people will be employed, services will be employed. So it is just taxpayers' money being wasted unnecessarily. That is the way I see it because
And
we
you're
have a
right.
lot of
I agree with you, David.
like,
I completely agree with you. It makes no sense. NIN is enough. And with your NIN, you can have a bank account. We know you your identity. One good identity is enough. You understand?
your
And then everybody
international
should live with that.
passports.
And then the police should be using it. We should all be open. The banks should be using it. So anything is straight to your NIN. That thing is just enough for me. Anyway, the government know better. Not that the NIN is even owned by Nigerians. Anyway, the one important thing here, very good statement from the president. I don't know whether it's tenable that influence it, that the France has ruled out citing military base in Nigeria. Are you for that? Do we need more foreign base in Nigeria?
This is my own honest opinion. So we do.
Really?
We do, yes. And I will tell you why. We have been combating terrorism alone for close to 12 years, and we've not been able to achieve any significant success. Why don't we should not be too proud to ask for help. If I need help, I cannot be too proud to ask for help. Our military are not trained to combat terrorism. Let us know that. Our military are not trained. We have the normal contemporary military for just border control and normal wars. But terrorism is a different ball game entirely. It requires, and it's an advanced way of combating terrorism, and we are not trained for that. So there's nothing wrong if we allow Europe, Westerners who are trained to combat terrorism to help us. This SEAL 6 idea of the US Navy. We have so many special forces. Of course, the SEAL 6 are still the strongest. The Marines, they are still the strongest. If we have their base here, they can train our military on how to combat terrorists. We are
But,
not trained to
but
combat terrorists.
we have their base for them to support us. You see, what I'm confused about is America, they can see what is happening above the sky. They see what is happening in Nigeria. If you want to threaten America today, they see us.
Yes.
Now, Boko Haram have been carrying our girls. They've been keeping them dead since. America cannot give us those information. Do they need to
So
come
they
to?
do. They did. At a point, they came out with 22 names of people sponsoring terrorism in Nigeria during the time of the former president Muhammadu Buhari.
Yes.
And as journalists, we told him to give us the names of those people. He said he cannot bring out their names. Why? What is he hiding?
Good question.
Even
Anyway,
even
so in other words,
the Interpol came out with names of people sponsoring Boko Haram in Nigeria. Buhari refused to bring out their names. Why?
what is one of them then? He must be one of them. Anyway, the princess, this is a very good
Sir.
point too. And I've really heard, I heard what David is making me to have some different opinion today. Because I asked a question, do we need foreign base in Nigeria? And David said, yes, we do, because we're not trained. I doubt if we really need them to be in Nigeria for them to support us, because their history has not been good. It is that
That's what we already have problem with our minings. We
Uh-huh.
already have problem with our mining. Yesterday, that the Queen said that the US, they are hung up on fuel, and they don't go to any place that do not have mineral resources.
Of course
With all
not.
due respect, we already have issues with mining. We already
What
have
does
issues with
Afghanistan
our
have?
mineral with
What
our
does Afghanistan
mineral
have?
resources. You say what?
They were in Afghanistan for more than a decade. What do they have in Afghanistan?
Oh, they were in Afghanistan for they know what they know the issues. They were the one that created the Taliban. They
Because
created
he
the
said they
Taliban.
have to.
No,
He
they
said they have
created
our
the American
minerals.
they
That
created the
see,
Taliban. Let's not go into that. They
see,
No,
created the
he said they
Taliban.
have
see.
our minerals. And they,
Created.
Let now, Mr. David, Mr. David,
I'm with you,
I
bro.
would like to, I would like to speak critically on this issue, and I want to accredit it to my opinion. To my opinion.
All right.
So, let's just roll like this.
Okay.
We the black people, we do not have, we have lost the sense of pride of what we are. Our Nigerian military go to when they do foreign peacekeeping and all that. My dad was in the military. He went for peacekeeping, and I have lots of force people that I coach, and I know what our armed forces can do, and I know how we are ranked in the world. We are not pushovers. We are not dullards.
Of
We are
course.
good.
I
Now
agree.
we already have foreign invasion, and they don't go to where there is nothing. We have them already giving us aid at the top and taking so much underneath. We have them already saying, come and have green cards, and then all our best brains are out. We have them already giving us so many wonderful things, and then from underneath, a lot of things are being swept from under our feet. Now let's come to this issue of militancy and all those insurgency and all that. We had somebody on this show, Princess Cassie invited somebody on this show who broke down these things to us. And we already know that this is insurgency. If we want to solve it, we can solve it. We already know that this insurgency, they already get their arms from foreign connections. Where are the foreign connections? They have ammunition that our Nigerian military do not even have. Where do they get them from? We as a country, we cannot even easily purchase these ammunitions from the foreign world. But yet our insurgents, they are able to purchase these things from foreign countries, foreign sources. And now, as if we do not have enough problems, as if we do not have enough issue trying to emancipate ourselves from mental slavery, we are now coming to bring in a foreign base. Do you know what it is to bring in a foreign military base into your own country? When Russia wanted to put military bases in countries that were close to
Burkina
the
Faso
America,
and Niger, yeah.
yeah, even I think Cuba, so one of those little
Yeah, that
countries
was a
that are
problem.
very
Yeah.
close. They did not agree because they know that once a country brings in a military presence somewhere near you, it is
They can
not good.
spy you.
What is causing the war between Ukraine and Russia now? Because of
No,
military
no.
bases that are about going there. They know the implication of it. But here, what do we do? It's my opinion. I'm not trying to run yours down, or
Of course,
yours is
of
yours.
course.
So
I
what
agree.
am I trying to say? What am I trying to say? You are going to bring in foreign people. Now, it has already, what is it going to say to our children? That our military is incompetent. What is it going to say to our children? Now, my father was a military man, and I was supposed to go into the military with pride. I was in the cadet when I was in school. I was a provost marshal. I wore my red beret with pride. Now, my children are coming up. If they come and say, I want to go to the armed forces, I'll say, yes, I support you. I want to go to the Nigerian police force. I'll say, yes, go make a difference. But now, what do we have? Instead of us to build what we have, we are welcoming foreign people. What is that doing to us? That is further pushing us down from the place we are trying to rise up from. And Noti Ogbebo once did hosted the program. He said the Phoenix where it come about releasing our mind from mental slavery. He talked about it. He talked about it as the Phoenix. Now the Phoenix is beginning to come up. We the young ones who are beginning to come up, are beginning to wake up. We are beginning to come up, and yet here you are bringing that foreign presence back into our faces. That we are incompetent, we are incapable of dealing with it. Now you're talking about corruption. Instead of us to looking at the good part of how our government, how our young people are making a difference, you are now trying to come and bring up the fact of our incompetence, to play it up and say, bring a US or a foreign base down into our place. If you really want to help us, why don't you take them out and give them foreign training, tactical training? Take them to your country, teach them, let them equip us, and bring them back, feed them back to us. Don't bring your people into our places Don't do that. Don't do that. Let black people, let us be proud of our military. Yes, we have problems. Yes, we have problems. Even they have problems of insurgency. They have problems of terrorism. But don't come and sit on our place. Let our military have sovereignty. That is my opinion. We are trying to emancipate ourselves from mental slavery. Don't bring the white man and his camel into our soil. Let us wear our camel with pride. Let's not do this. Yes, we have
Thank you very much.
problems.
I really appreciate you. I really appreciate
That
your
is my
opinion, which is
opinion,
very
not the
good.
opinion, not the
Fantastic.
position of the
Now,
TV.
let me explain something to you. Let me tell you why America refused Russia from coming close to a territory. There's a conflict between America and Russia. They have trust issues, number one. That is
Yes.
what led to Ukraine. That is why Ukraine are going through what they are going through now. Because military base, please get this fact right. Having a military base in your country does not affect your own military. In fact, it
Who
makes your
says so?
military better. I will
Who
explain
says
that.
Mr.
I will
so?
David,
explain that.
Mr.
I
David,
will explain.
I will take you up on the trust issue. The trust
I will
issue between
explain.
Russia, the trust issue between Russia and Ukraine. Where did it come from? It came from NATO. That's where it came from. Yes, when the fall of the USSR came up, that's where the talk of all is calm in the West. What tore the
No,
USSR? What
this
tore the
is it.
iron chain? You want us to
No, no,
go
no, no,
there?
no.
Maybe
Edo,
we
this
could
is
have
it.
a
This
one-on-one.
is where it
We
happened
could have
from.
a
Let me explain.
one-on-one.
Wait,
But
let me
right
tell you what
now, this is
happened.
wake up. This is wake up Nigeria,
Hold on,
and
Yes.
hold on.
I
This
I
state
is
my
think
it.
opinion.
I'm
You
with
state
two of
your
Ukraine
you.
and
opinion, and
Russia.
we
Well,
let the people
There was an
conclude.
agreement. Hello,
We,
hello.
what was the
we,
agreement? Yes.
There was an
Yeah.
agreement
Uh-huh.
during after the fall of USSR that there will not be a part of NATO. Ukraine, Russia, they come they will not join NATO, and they agreed. I don't know who
the
convinced
Eastern Bloc,
Ukraine.
specific, the Eastern Bloc
Yes,
will not be
that
a
they will
part
not
of
join NATO.
NATO.
That's what I'm
The
saying. There was an
Eastern Bloc, not
agreement.
the Western Bloc. What are the
No,
countries? Who are the countries in the
Ukraine,
Eastern Bloc?
They are
Ukraine
all
was part of
Ukraine.
they are all
Russia.
NATO
Look
now.
at all those people on the Eastern Bloc. They had their own I've forgotten the name of their own. They had their own military alliance where they all
Yes.
come together just like NATO. Now they dissolved their own. NATO did not dissolve. What is NATO doing? NATO is beginning to
NATO is
absorb the
collecting
Eastern
their
Bloc.
own.
They are beginning to
Yes,
absorb the Eastern
that's
Bloc
what I'm
into the
saying.
Western Bloc.
That
That
is
is
what
the
So
I'm
we
trust
are on
saying.
the
issue.
same page here.
That
I
is the
can
trust
see.
issue. You talk
Yes.
about trust.
Of
That is the
course,
trust issue between
I
the
agree with
US.
you.
Okay.
You are
So
right.
if we
You are right
already
on
have
that.
Russia, they are not
But
foolish
but
people.
but
They
the
are
question I
wise
want to
people.
ask, the question
So
I want to ask both of you
let's
is,
not
let's ask this. Now I'm going to ask this question: can we trust France? The issue is till today, country colonized by France, they are not
yeah,
independent.
never correct. Oh. Nothing balanced there.
Those so-called francophone countries, they don't have their own currency.
Nothing
Give
balanced
credit
there.
to the
Oh.
British. They still use it. In fact, it's the central bank of France is still controlling their money. You want those kind of
Okay.
Yes.
places to come to Nigeria and have a base there?
Let us
Ha.
look at South Africa, for example. After
Ah,
the whole apartheid crisis and all,
uh-huh.
and the whites, after they gave South Africa, they allowed, give them their freedom. Do you know the whites still ruled for South Africa for some times? And look how South Africa is today.
They rule South
I mean, they
Africa.
are, whether
What
I like
way?
it or not, they
What
are still
are
the pride
they?
of Africa.
What is South
Huh?
Africa today, sir?
What are you talking?
What is South
What are you
I
Africa
am
talking?
today,
looking
sir?
at the advanced, the
The black
improvement that
South Africa or the white South
Don't start.
Africa?
Don't start.
no, no,
Don't
no, no,
start that.
no.
Hey,
Is
We
it the
can
black
David,
South
see.
Africa or the white South
David,
Africa?
don't go there.
Oh,
South Africa are still,
I don't know
you
if
know
I
what?
only
Eh?
know one South Africa.
Okay,
I only
good.
know one South Africa.
David,
Okay.
David. Now that you know me, I believe in economic freedom, not political freedom. The question I ask is: are people in France, the so-called French countries, are they economically free? The answer is no. Are black South Africans economically free? The answer is no. You see,
No.
until the freedom, you see, sometimes I always say they say they to restructure Nigeria. I said, don't tell me about restructure Nigeria. Restructure the economy of Nigeria. That's what Peter Obi said. Let us begin to produce it. So that's restructuring for me. Not the political state division. It makes no sense. The essence of all this is for prosperity, for wealth creation. We can feel it. France has a bad record with Africa. They are not the people you welcome home. You understand? If you allow, because the country they left, look at the Republic. Look at those countries. They are not independent. I can tell for free. What is France to do in controlling the economy? It's in fact, the British will play, in fact, to Britain. Look at what you know what Belgium did. They end up killing all the people. In fact, it was Belgium they went physically to go and kill Lumumba. That stupid Belgium you see there. You want those people to come to your base? The answer you say no. France, they have been responsible for killing of all the leaders that say no to them. Physically, they send the troop. We've never seen that with Britain. Britain will aid from behind. They will not come directly. They are more civilized, more subtle. And Britain has given us independence. We've been running our own economy. Yeah. But how can France be the one? If Britain said they are coming, I'll be listening with suspicion too. But with France that have not left Africa, you say they're coming to Nigeria to do what? Look at, you see what happened in Niger.
Niger, yes.
Come on, man. France, you don't have good record. We don't want you near Africa. In fact, you are the last people we want to see in Africa right now.
It's like one of their pipelines has been blocked, so they need to open another one. And by the time they set their base in your place now, it's another colonization.
Yes, it's like you're saying. I agree with you. You're saying Boko Haram don't get power.
All these are still
you start saying
these are conspiracy theories to me.
Conspiracy theory. No, what I'm saying is conspiracy theory. They're not conspiracy theory. What I said that France control the economy of those states. If they tell me that they know more than in fact, the last time they were still using safers.
Yeah.
A country that is independent using safers. Do you hear that Ghana use their own cedis? Nigeria use their own naira. Do you hear us using the British pounds? No, they didn't colonize us that way. You understand? Let's understand. And now I'm talking of the economy now. By the time your money is not controlled by you, who are you? At least we have a little say when it comes to our money. Our leaders refuse to get out of slavery. If not, a true English country that has been independent can be free. Yeah. We cannot say so of French colonies. So they are not the kind of people we want to welcome. That is from my point of view anyway. Maybe they may be able to defend themselves. And the question number 2 is, why are they not supporting us with information? What Nigerians need is information. You understand? They can come in, help us, and go. Why do they need to set up a military base? Don't they have enough problem?
Let them select from here to their country, train and bring back.
Bring them back.
You know we have Interpol in Nigeria as I speak.
Of course, we have Interpol everywhere.
In Nigeria now.
Talking about base.
They should not have Interpol everywhere. Interpol is an international police
service. The embassy is enough.
In fact, their vice president is in Nigeria. Interpol Africa, their vice president is in Nigeria.
Nigeria is the biggest black nation on earth. We need to have all these things.
Let's not sugarcoat it. They should keep their military in their house. We have our own. If they want to help us, select. We have vibrant people. Select.
You're not coming to help us.
Whatever. Take them from here. Take them to your place. Train them and bring them back. Don't bring your artillery here. No.
Yes. Their base. To be realistic, they are not coming to train us. Setting up a base does not mean they will train us.
They should not set up where we don't want them to be our tenants. Is it by force?
What are they going to do with
the base? Is it by force? They should be our tenants.
It's just like having their barrack, a mini barrack. They are not coming to train us.
They should not put barrack here.
I'm already more concerned about what China is doing. You know, the only reason why I'm supporting China a little bit, China is kind of giving competition to this West, to America and the rest. I say, if you don't do this, we are doing it. So they are giving the West run for their money. Now we are saying, look at what Russia is doing for us. You are not doing any. You are not doing any. China, Russia is going to do it too. Russia, and to be fair to Russia, I'm going to say this on this show. I live in England, and I'm not safe. I must say it. But do you know that you never had one country colonized by Russia? One thing that Russia went and take one economy or do one African country or take us as slaves. Russia has never done that. Russia is your enemy, I know. You understand? You've never heard that record of Russia. Russia educated a lot of Africans. You know how many of us went to school in Russia? Most of them on scholarship. Russia is not a true enemy. They have their enemy with the West. Let us solve their problem. Yeah. Africa is out of this drama. We are watching. We are too poor to fight. If you have a fight, fight it there. Leave us alone. We are watching. We are too poor. We can't fight. We don't have ammunition. So don't drag us in. But what we're saying is that we will be welcoming any good thing that will come our way. By all means. You understand? We welcome anything that come our way in a positive way.
They don't see company put here. They don't see base, refinery. They don't see big thing put here as base. We don't want those kind of tenants. We don't
They
want.
feel
No,
the security.
in fact,
They,
listen,
should
they
carry
can help
security and
us.
secure
I'm not
themselves.
saying we need the
They
help,
should
but we need
bring
help
some.
on security.
We need
Like I'm
help.
saying now.
Honestly, we need help.
Make them no carry gun come here. Let them give us the guns. Let them give our military the guns. Let them take them to train them. Let them come
bring
and
them back.
build industries. Let them build different things and put their flag on the industry. Yeah. Let them not bring their base here.
Agree.
Simple. We don't want that tenant. We don't want armed tenants.
Yes,
We already have
yes.
insurgents. We are trying to
So,
shift that.
let
We
me
don't
tell
want
you,
that armed tenants.
Edo.
Simple.
Edo, the truth is, it has its
Take us.
disadvantages. I must agree with you. And also, it has its advantages too. The
Odarara,
disadvantages is
Oda,
what you have pointed out, which I totally agree with you.
Oda,
It
Kini
will put us
Oda.
on that, it's going to place Nigeria on that spotlight. It becomes an issue of the friend to my enemy is my enemy. If we allow the Europes into Nigeria, we have automatically become an enemy to Russia and China.
And to China.
Sir, you
We
know
don't,
where everybody
we don't
help
want to
right
be
now.
dragged into any
How
of
with
this.
me? It
We
has
don't
its
want to,
disadvantages as
we're
well.
not
Daddy
strong
Chris.
enough to be dragged into
Daddy
any of
Chris.
this battle. Yes.
So,
Daddy
like
Chris,
you said,
we don't do that.
Daddy
You
Chris,
know get who the help. Oh.
we are
know
dragging
get who
ourselves
they not
into
help
their
right
mess.
now. You know get who the help. You know get who the help.
Yes,
You know,
it
let
means
them
we
not
are
come and
dragging
use us and
ourselves
come
into
and
their
do
mess.
what we need. What they not get best here. Kini Oda, there is no advantage there. It's just that they want to pay some people money and let them come and now the things that they have been doing on the ground.
You
They
know
want
what?
to now come and
Let's
stay
not
like that. You
let's
know,
not apply
when the
emotions
Titanic
to it.
hit
See,
that
don't be
iceberg,
emotional.
when the
It's
Titanic
not,
hit the iceberg,
Listen,
it was
there's
just the tip
no
that was
emotion
seen.
here,
Many
David.
things
I
were
think you are
underneath.
saying we're
it's,
speaking from the
you're
point of
taking
view.
it personal. You're taking it personal now.
Bro.
Anyway, we
It's
see,
not
taking it
personal.
personal.
Even if
our
I
show is
take it
supposed to be,
personal, I
this
am
show
a
is
black
supposed to be,
man. This is
supposed
my
to be 2
country, and I
hours.
love
It's
my
supposed to
country,
be 1 hour,
Nigeria.
30
Let them
minutes.
not come.
Hello?
I'm taking it political.
We're
You're
out
taking
of time.
it
Daddy
emotional,
Chris, this is
personal.
our turn to face off, oh.
I'm taking
Daddy
it
Chris.
political.
It's
She's
not
taking
to
it
face off. I agree.
personal.
I agree. It's face off.
Daddy
And
Chris, it's election
I
time.
will
We
let
plan
you.
this, so we have started now.
I
Yes.
am just being
We have
political
started,
here.
oh.
I'm being political here. That is
No,
just
I
a
like
fact.
it. I think we're speaking from our center. This kind of we disagree to agree here, and I think when somebody make a point, I'm listening. All I know is I am talking from the point of the interest of us as a people. We don't have
As
the
a black
capability,
people.
yes, as black people. You know, I always say to people when I open a TV station called SRTV, guys, you know what they say to me? What are you trying to do? I said my remit is black people around the world. That I'm even doing a show in Nigeria doesn't stop what I stand for. I am a black man. You understand? When you guys there, when I'm in Nigeria one time, they said to me, "Are you an honorable man?" I say yes, but I'm a black man because of where I stay. I stay in Europe. I have experienced a lot, and I know we black people are behind. And in this time, in this difficult time, we don't want to be dragged into any conflict. We don't have the resources. We don't have the manpower. We don't have the strength. We are too hungry. Let them
Yes.
go and solve their problems. Anyone that concern us should be, hey, should we contribute? You know, there's no war that they ever fought in the West that they didn't carry black people to come and fight.
Yeah.
Even
Both
the
the first,
Second World
second
War,
World
they
War.
recruited people from Nigeria to come and fight here. Most of them died.
And
Their children were never given, and they don't give them resident permit today. They're not recognized here. People that come and die in England fighting to protect this land. So let us be careful what we put our people through next. In fact, the West, they owe us. They owe us big time. Those of us in Europe, we are still talking of reparation. You took our people years ago as slaves. You've not paid us. You said we are owing you. We are not paying. Our government are mad. If you come to with a good excuse, we don't owe anybody. This debt they are talking of now, they should wipe it now. If they don't ready to wipe it, we don't have money to pay. Because the ones they took us will not pay. We'll come to that too. A bastard leader will come out in Nigeria and tell you, we're not paying you. Because the ones you took from us, you're not paid us. We're going to talk. And if you don't say, you see what Abiola said, if they don't agree, we will not go to any Olympic game. We will not go to World Cup. Africa will be, we will take ourselves out. Because it should wipe us.
We'll be sanctioned.
No, that's it. We love it.
No
sanction. That we will be the one sanctioning ourselves. We don't want to be in the Olympics. We don't want to be in your World Cup because we are not recognized.
How do we sell our crude oil?
Daddy Chris.
We have oil. We have something they need more than us. They need us more than we need them.
Again, no. No, they
Now,
wear
this your suit,
they
eh?
wear
You
the
don't go
ready
wear suit
come
for
program.
tomorrow.
If
No.
we can feed ourselves,
I
no
will do
wear this
that.
white shirt, then they cause problem. If we can feed ourselves, if we can go back to our farms, we can feed ourselves, we can clothe
Yes.
ourselves. We existed before the West came to colonize us.
Yeah.
What
Yeah, we are
sanctions could
doing
they have
well.
given us? We were strong on our own. If
They
we are able to
oppressed
wake
us.
up and be strong on our own, we don't need Olympics to give us a sense of right that yeah, we are
No.
somebody. We don't
If
need
they
them to
don't
give
take
us a
us, if we
stamp
are
that
not part of the
no,
world,
we
we are
can
out.
feed ourselves, we can clothe ourselves. Our oil, before
Go
oil,
to
were we not
Badagry. The
surviving?
story is
We
still
had
there till today.
agriculture.
Go
Who
to
all
Badagry.
came to us to beg us for food?
I visited Badagry.
Good. I was there when I went to this Badagry. The point of no return. You share tears. Even
Yeah.
if you are there now, the water they give to the slaves, so they lost their sense. All those things, those history is there. You
But
understand? And nobody want to
do
talk
you
about it.
know? But do you know our leaders are to be blamed. Our king sold us. True or
Yes, there
false?
are two sides of the story. Our
Our
kings were
people,
part of it,
we sold
and
ourselves to
they
them.
came to take advantage of us. Our kings were part of it. All right, but they also took advantage of us. They were looking for cheap labor.
It's not our fault. It's not their fault that we are being. Our kings are foolish
Daddy
to
Chris,
sell
Mr.
us.
David, with all due respect, what
Master,
has been done has been done.
yes.
We are talking about today. Who is standing up for us? Mr.
Thank you.
David. Mr. David. No, we are white shirt again. We are Yoruba Baba Rigadi come. We
I'm
are
not
Agbada.
Yoruba.
That's the
You're
point
not
to go.
Yoruba.
At that point, we go on a quick break. When we
You're
come
in my
back,
state.
Let's go
You're
to
in my
break
state.
because
today,
yes.
don't be surprised that we're going to have this kind of debate continuously. You understand? That people will need to disagree. And these are critical issues. And it's nice to hear from this younger generation because we are talking of tomorrow. Opinions. Now, see, let me tell you one thing, the Bible. I know somebody used the Bible today, he got away with it. Because I didn't want to fight them. You understand? But let me say this. I said something that what has been hidden from the wise and the prudent has been revealed to the babes and the suckling. That thing is communication, the internet. All right? God revealed it. That is why today, Nigerian music is excelling around the world. It's not because they want it, but the thing is hitting you. And through the internet, it is selling. The first time I was sitting down in a bar, eating in a restaurant in London, and they play Oliver Twist from the band. I got up and I was dancing because it's never happened before. Today, go to shops, you hear that video. You understand? In England, that is to tell you that we have gradually penetrated. We are important. We can contribute to the world if they give
Yeah.
us the chance. And they better wake up to that. We have stupid leaders, myopic leaders, yes. They are not even leaders. People in power. Let me use the word. We have cheap people in power. But the resources in Africa is enough for the world to respect us. And we're going to get that. And to do that, we need to have to be coming to the table and talk as equal partners. And when you begin to tell you, oh, we don't have this, come and do this, you can help me with this. But stay there, help me with it, and I'll help you with this. Don't come and dominate me. The days of domination is over. We want to talk as equal partners. We will contribute, you contribute. Now they're telling us our children must not come to England. They were the one that came to colonize us. For people to come to England today, the first thing they do at the parliamentary here is how they can stop immigrants from coming in. You can't blame them. But it is our job also to protect ourselves. So our leaders are sheep. They don't know what they're doing. They are talking from the point of inferiority complex. They don't need these people. The question is, who made them leaders? Anyway, they are not leaders. They're people in power. We need to vote wisely next time. Let's go on a break. When we come back, we want to address one or two things and try and close the show. Actually, we have to be closing. But let us still come back and round up because it's good to hear some sweet things coming from Lagos. Let's end on a lighter note. Let's look for one sweet story, please. You know that is today. Let's go on a break. We'll be right back.
Ooh la la! The second edition of the Nigerian Week London 2024 is here.
It's another blend of arts and culture, entertainment, business, and networking activities.
A week-long extravaganza showcasing the best of Nigerian music, dance, craft, fashion, and businesses.
Taking place at the prestigious Lighthouse Theatre, 262-274 Camberwell Road, London, SE5 OAY. Date 22nd to 28 July 2024.
Tickets are available at eventbrite.com. For partnership and sponsorship, please visit superiorradioandtelevision.com
or call +4407 459 513 619 or +4420 3623 8755.
Email info@superiorradioandtelevision.com or visit our website www.superiorradioandtelevision.com/Nigerian Week 2024.
Come and experience a nation's culture that resides in the heart and in the soul of its people.
Yes, welcome back, people. This is Wake Up Nigeria. That is Chris here from Srtv studio. We have Dave from Srtv Lagos, and we have these two beautiful women, Favor and Princess, all the way from the heartbeat of the nation, Srtv. And we've been talking, we've been looking at some of the issues. Only we had the time to look at Punch. We're not done yet, but we're out of time, so we're going to try and look at one sweet story. We'll be back tomorrow. So let us give us a benefit of that. Let us just look at one sweet story, not the hard one, please. So we'll use that to end the show, please. Something positive for Nigeria, something positive for the black race. Because all we ever hear is negative news. Don't give me anything negative. No more killing. Please, enough. Let's give something positive. Do we have anything in sport, anything in news, anything in entertainment? What is happening? Let's, even if it's not in the paper, let us talk one positive thing. We can look at the Nigerian entertainment world. Is there any good movie? Are movie doing great, better? Are we doing great in sport? Because that's the only thing. Yeah.
Yes, we're looking at SRTV production, movie production,
Okay.
and SRTV will be starting their movie production soon. We have lots of series lined up. We have short series. We have short films, and we have series, and we have some really epic stories, the ones you've never heard before, like the ones our forefathers, the fathers before them told. We have those coming up, lined up from SRTV production. And we have the Nigerian Week. That is something nice. That is something celebrating the black people, celebrating Nigeria, mineral resources. That is a happy news. And we have our SRTV apartment. We have our SRTV Delta coming back strong with our shortlet apartment. We have SRTV Ogara. We have our magazine coming, our monthly magazine, which this month soon will be popping up very soon. And we have us, SRTV.
Yes, I know. When I see the faces of this, other than sometimes people don't understand. I saw this beautiful picture in the two Sudanese women. They carrying their arms, and they talk about the power of African women. The story. Go and look at the story. How African women have been able to liberate us. They did it in Ghana. They did it. Amina did it for us in Nigeria. So we have powerful women. When I see these two women, I know
Queen India did it here. Queen India, yeah, Queen India.
Yes. So you guys are. I'm seeing two leaders here now, so I'm happy. I'm proud of you guys. Anyway, Lagos, we're looking forward to what you have there. I know you have the chocolate apartment also in Lagos.
Yes, the shortlet in Lagos, very beautiful. It's actually home away from home, conducive. Just everything you can find in a good home is what you find in the shortlet here in Lagos, SRTV home here in Lagos. And also talking about power, federal government has actually cut down sales of power to neighboring countries just to be able to feed the locals more power. So I think that's a cherry news for Nigeria and Nigeria. So you can expect more power supply, in Nigeria, since we'll not be feeding neighboring countries.
David, this is where I'm a little bit concerned. I'm very particular about the international trade. I believe Nigeria should be trading, should be selling out. One of those power will keep out, they pay us.
Of course, we don't even have enough yet. It is when you have more than enough, you sell out.
Wait. If Nigeria know that we are selling power to other nations, why don't we concentrate on producing more power?
It's expensive.
Make money.
But Lagos, there was a time I came for a Lipa Africa program, and the part of Lagos I stayed was being powered by Lagos. Lagos, it was a local thing. It was not from the national grid.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think we can do it.
Of
And
course.
you know why
It's
the
like
story
Aqua
of
Bomb.
power? I think with time, power will be a story of the past. Nigerians going to solve this problem themselves because
Yeah.
with the solar coming,
Abia has done it.
Abia has done
Abia
it.
has done
Abia
it.
now powers
and
itself.
even with solar combined with solar, eh, people are going to have a good life in Nigeria now. More than not,
Yes.
let me old first before the tea come. And no
This
one feel
facility,
water again.
this facility, Daddy K, this facility I mean now is being run by solar as
Really
we speak now. Yes, despite
wonderful.
the cloudy weather, we are solar now.
Yeah, solar. And that's the thing we
Yes.
say. So solar is constant, it's real, it's gonna make it work. And you pay once and you have it. I'm waiting to put solar in all the facilities we'll be having in the future. That's really good news. All right. So
That will be
Nigerians,
very
we can
amazing.
grow. We are growing. God, you see what God has given to us? God gave us son. Son. Free. Freely given. Ah man. What we can do, and that's why people always say in Jesus' name, in God's name. Yes, God has done it. We need to do the rest. Yeah, well, young people, we should end the show today here. And thank you very much for this wonderful broadcast. I have a great time. Nice to see Lagos and Edo having this heated debate. Tomorrow we're going to see more. We're going to see the competition between Edo and Lagos and Edo and Lagos tomorrow. You know what I want to see? I want you guys to go on the street, take a picture of the city, what is happening, send to me before tomorrow morning broadcast so that we can see how Lagos look like. You defend your state, why Edo will defend the state. Why you defend Obaseki will be defending
So
South on this
I
broadcast.
know they defend anybody. I will just go and show you what is outside. I'll
All right.
show you everything.
All right, but for some reason, Obaseki has been doing better. When I come with a one attack, he's done well. But if it is true, Obaseki, Chaibu, say, una agree, say, power will go to Central. Why you can't say you get power now? That is the thing I don't understand. So
that's
that
it.
doesn't make sense to me.
How can you go trust such a man who cannot
Exactly.
stick by his word?
Exactly. So that becomes just a good place to wrap the show today. Like I said, thank you very much. Edo women were proud of you. Hey, Dave, I'm happy to have you on board. You're strong, solid. Let's do it. Let's keep the research on. We're going to have our meeting preparing for other shows and for tomorrow. SRTV cannot just be this. We're going to do more. But let us see. We started well today. Thank you very much for being on the show. And until tomorrow, I'll say, please stay out of trouble. Remain beautiful women. Be 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 be, how do you call it? Be mothers. You know, when we have mothers in the house, we know we are covered. We're gonna have good food. We're gonna have somebody that tells us, "Don't worry, everything is all right." That's what mothers do. Thank you so much for being on the show. Until tomorrow.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.